All right, let's have a look at this beautiful Mapex kit. Okay, so now what I gotta do, okay, is I gotta save that before. It was a lot of work to get that drum kit down there. So I got the BR1200, so I got to read up on my virtual tracks. I've never really explored the virtual tracks on that. So what that's going to be is getting uh, my bass, which is, I guess, the next up to record on there. So will be the bass. And then I'm going to debut my Charvel on there. Get the Charvel ready. I know it doesn't have brand new strings on it, but the Charvel's right back here. Get that on there. And then I can start working on my next song, which will be Pinto, featuring the Charvel. And I still got to work out the lyrics for that. But my aunt and uncles will be happy over there. That okay, I'm only gonna beat on the drums for about an hour or so. That's not too well. Half an hour. Okay, so I've been 4 days trying to get that drum track down. Finally got it down, and now I'm down to the bass and one little lead guitar segment. Just got to figure out where I'm going to put everything, and it should be pretty darn good. Yeah, so yeah, very happy with that. Very happy with that. I'm going to read up on that. So this song, regardless, will be probably finished by the end of the week, Sunday or the beginning of the week. Just to get the bass down and then figure out how to squeeze that other guitar in there, so I don't accidentally record over parts of the tracks that I don't want to record over. Yeah, so I'm going to do that, and then that's Crystal Eyes will be finished. And cool song, best one I've done to date. So, you know. I'm sure people say, "Oh, it sounds pretty amateurish," but it's good though. It's a good song. It's about the songwriting more than the production at the moment, because I don't have the money to go to like big studios and stuff like that. So if I can get songs that sound okay, and I still haven't mastered it yet, so that'll polish it up a bit, bring out the beastness of the drums. That should be pretty good. Put a little bit of compression on them or whatever. Might actually work out pretty good. Might work pretty good. So anyway, I'm pretty excited about that. I'm just gonna go hook up the bass. I'm going to record the bass internally, I think. But anyway, yeah, there we go. I'm so happy to get it. Took me about 3 or 4 runs to get today, so that's not too bad. But the drum parts, the reason why I'm laying them down last is just because I tried playing a lot. Like, the problem with the acoustic drums is they're so loud, even if you're playing along with a click. There's 2 problems. You gotta know how many bars you're doing, right? And you gotta work all that out, and not every verse in that song has the same length. So it's like it's just quicker to put the drums at the end and time the guitars to the metronome. Yeah. So it has a bit of a live in the studio sound. I gotta say something about that room though. So my nephew's room, formerly my grandmother and grandfather's room. It's actually a really good sounding room. It tightens things up. Like it was overly echoey before I put that on the back wall, and then of course this is my drum cover to keep the sun from beating straight down on it. My drums there's no pillow in there. I put a pillow up against it. It killed off the sustain too much. Like, I want to kill the sustain, but not the tone, right? The tape, it seems to have worked. I put some tape on the. I don't want to hit anything here because they're pretty condensed. But I put some tape on the front skin there. You can see up at the top, right there. That kind of killed some of the sustain there. So that'll help me with. And then of course this has helped with the reverberation on the wall. It's still quite echoing here, but not too echoey. You know what I mean? So it's like a quick delay rather than an echo. So it's a very short reverb that you're naturally getting off the wall, which is good. A short reverb is good because then you don't have to add as much artificial. Natural is not always the best, but it's it allows you to get, but you just can't control the natural reverb that much unless you throw up blankets and stuff like that. So it's the poor man's way, but work with what you got, and maybe you get a really cool song out of it. Actually, the song surprised me. The spot I put in there to surprise everybody, it caught me off guard. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I did that in there. It's like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Uh, I'm gonna go with this version. I mean, when do you say when and move on to the next song, right? So, but that was the whole point of getting this place, was to be able to put out my own music uninterrupted. And if it takes you 4 days to record something, it takes you 4 days. Well, I've been working on that song now for, well, I wrote it a couple of months ago, but I'm finally getting around to recording it. I guess I started about 3 weeks ago, started recording it, and just, I was still too busy with my season, but I've had the past 4 days off. So that's what I'm going to be doing all winter, is just like down here, record a bit every day. I've been working down here, trying to get everything cleaned up and empty out the place and do all these little projects before the snow flies, which probably won't be too long from now. But the good news is that if I get this song done and have it out to you guys early next week, I still got to think of an idea for a video on here's my budget, 0. So the video I'm making in my head, if I ever got a chance to make it, it would be like an epic cinematic break your heart kind of video. It would be really good. So the next song on the list is going to be Pinto. I've got ramblings in my head for lyrics, and then the song after that is going to be Tomahawk, but I think I got to get started on Tomahawk right away because it's going to be a very long song. And Pinto is going to be more like hard rock metal, where this is kind of like country death doom metal, because it's a little bit slow to be outright death metal, but it's like death doom metal. So I just created a new category of metal. country doom death metal. That's cool. That's really cool. But there's an H string in there, so it counts, right? And then Pinto will be more of a hard rock, classic metal, 80s style. Probably going to come out that well. That's what it's coming out so far with the writing just of the guitar. Once you start adding other instruments there, like the country part of this song of Crystal Eyes is nothing like what I wrote. It's okay. It's the same lyrics. But the way it came out is way different than I wrote it. So that happens too, just because the way to make it line up and flow. So the drums aren't bad. Again, you got to cut me some slack because I'm doing everything myself. The guitars are good, the bass is good, the singing's okay, right? And I'm not going to be using anything like time aligning or like that. The BR1200 can't really do that with an acoustic. It can do it with the digital instruments, but it can't do it with the acoustic instruments, right? And so it's going to sound like live in the studio. It's going to sound like 1982 type of recordings. And some really good stuff came out in 1982, just so you know. That's 2006 technology, so we'll see what I get out of it. The other thing is the song Tomahawk. That's going to be a black metal opera song. That's going to be... I started coming up with some really dark lyrics last night for it. But I always like to have optimism in my songs, so to speak. But this song is it's actually, if you understand what it's about, it's kind of depressing, but it is what it is. And I'll just leave the interpretations up to you guys. You'll read the lyrics. If I ever get the budget to do a proper video, because I know if you're on YouTube, you have to do a video. There's no point in putting songs on YouTube, really. There's not no point, but if you have a big enough fan base, sure. Like if you're again like Megadeth or Taylor Swift or something, you can put out a lyric video. People will watch it just because you got the fan base that'll watch it. But your video is always going to have more hits, right? So my goal with this is get the video out, come up with something that is a bit of a visual, but it won't be I don't think I could do a lyric video easily. So I'm going to play around with the Windows Movie Maker. That's my editing, is like old Windows Movie Maker from like 2011. So yeah, that's what I got to work with. That's what I got to work with. Doesn't mean it's going to be bad. It just means it's not going to be like. I mean, I know everybody expects everything like a polished off perfection. I know the expectations are like unrealistic in most things in life for people, but definitely unrealistic when it comes to free videos on the internet. They expect them to be all like 100% perfect. I get that. But I work with what I got. You'll like it, you won't like it, whatever. But you will find it interesting. It's definitely, the concept is different. It's different for that one. So Pinto, I'm excited to get that one down. I'm going to finish up on this one. I'm really excited to get this one out to you. And then after that, Tomahawk, I think is going to take me a long time to get that one down, because that one, I'm just in the beginning writing stages of it. It's kind of like, okay, if you don't have your pen and paper, I try not to think of lyrics at all until I got a pen and paper in my hand, because what happens is I came up with these great lyrics last night. It was the best song in the world, but however, I forgot how it went. That happens to me all the time. So I don't even think of lyrics, just because I know, like, the harder you try to remember them, the quicker you'll forget them. And again, it's going to be a really, Tomahawk is going to be a really kind of roller coastery kind of song. Black metal song will be my first black metal song that I ever wrote. It's going to be fun. So anyway, I'm just kind of like happy that I got that done. A little bit of frustration trying to get the drums down, but not bad. Again, I know, like, in 5 years' time, I'll look back on it. Oh, that could have been done so much better. But for a guy that's been playing the drums for a year and a half, that's about as good as I'm going to be able to do. So, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of critiques on the drums on the song, for sure. But it kind of has like a Bill Ward kind of vibe to it, Black Sabbath kind of, just because of the way it's recorded. Like, it sounds more like they're not big, massive drum sounds. You know what I mean? That they're primitive 2 mic recording sounds. Yeah. But if it fits in the song, I think it's more of how you play than what you play. How well you play than what you play. So I'm gonna grab the bass. I'm gonna get chomping away at it, see if I can get that in there, see how much that colors up the song. Right now, there's like no effects on most of the things other than whatever was naturally recorded. I used to use like the chorus and the reverb right away while recording. Now I'm gonna add it in after. It's always better to add your effects in after, just so there's no more extra in the song to deal with. Like, it's easy to mix it in. It's better to mix it in after, because usually when you record it like that, it's kind of like, okay, well, that's great, but you can't take it away once it's there, right? So you got to be able to get everything in the mix, and then figure it, because a lot of times what happens is the reverb sucks a lot, even if it's on a different channel. It seems to suck a lot of different frequencies out of the mix. Even if it's not on the other stuff, like it seems to do that somehow. So I'd rather add it in after. So anyway, I'm gonna get my butt in gear, because we're 1:30. I got a late start today, but yesterday I might have spent 4 hours trying to rewrite the song, redo the song, and today is just kind of like, okay, let's finish it up if I can. All right. Anyway, enough talking. Let's get her done.